Welcome, beautiful humans. Super happy to be here with you as we are approaching the full moon, and as there are just so many beautiful, expansive things happening in my life. Something that I've been doing is I've been connecting very closely with many people from my community. So if you know who I'm talking about, what I'm talking about, please let me know how that was for you. But as part of Dharma and Grace Masterclass that I've run just recently, I offered my people to fill in the assessment forms, and so in the last days I've been fully immersed in reviewing the assessment forms and connecting with you and feeling the themes that are alive for you. And it's been so good for me because I feel you. I also give you the feedback, which I've received beautiful feedback on my feedback, so I'm really happy that it's been so beneficial. And also, it's been really good for us as the community of the people who are here in my field, because I really understood some themes that are really collective, that are really essential for perhaps you, if you are here. And these themes are very much powered by the theme of this whole year. And in this whole year, 2023, there is a strong theme of astrological sign of Aries. And Aries, I wonder if there are Arieses here who are watching this live or listening to this podcast or tuning in with the replay. I wonder if you are an Aries, or if you have a strong Aries influence in your chart, or if you have Aries in your life. And for me, it's a very close thing because my North Node is in Aries, so I really intimately connect to this energy. And this energy is all about boldness. This energy is all about connecting to the self. And through the self, the individual self, connecting to the highest self, connecting to the self, which is our ultimate essence. So, okay, some Aries is here, so the fire, it's the fire. And sometimes we may have gotten in trouble with that fire. And even if you don't have it as your sun sign, you must have had an inside of the fire, when you get into the fiery energy in yourself, when you tap into this boldness, when you say things in a sharp and clear and direct way, sometimes you may have experienced getting in trouble because of that. And I know for me, when there was a powerful phase in my life when I really reclaimed this, or not even reclaimed because I never touched it before, but I connected to this wild woman in me, the one who is unapologetic, the one who is really forward with her energy, with her opinions, with her outlook on life, with claiming the space basically. So when I had that phase in my life, I had a lot of fun, but I also got burned quite a bit. I burned quite some relationships. I had to experience some painful moments. And that happened to many of us. Connect to this, as you are here, connect to this, remember that. Anyway, whenever you are with me, I really want you to have your experience. Not just listen to what I'm saying with your mind. Don't just try to understand, but feel it. Yeah, that's the best way for us to connect. And so when we remember this for you now, when was that time when you've done something unapologetic, when you really expressed an opinion when everyone was quiet, but you really went forward with that? And connect to the time perhaps when you felt that it was maybe not such a good idea, or that it really created a big backlash. Okay, you expressed yourself, okay, you moved forward, but then you got a massive backlash from life directly. So connect to that. And I wonder how it feels. What do you feel when you connect to that? If you've ever experienced that. If you've never experienced that, also let me know. So I would love to hear from you. So what happened there? How did you feel like on the backside of it? Like you went forward, you exposed your heart, you went out of your comfort zone, and then what happened there? What happened there? Did you feel empowered? Did you feel great? Or was there a moment when you were like, oops, that hurt? So that may have happened for you. Okay, as a kid when you were angry, that's perfect. Yeah, when you were angry and you were like there fighting with something that made you angry, with a vacuum cleaner that is not working or something like that. And then maybe the adults came and said, you should control your anger, you should be more careful with your emotions or something like that. Maybe you've never experienced that. And this is not such good news, by the way. But anyway, yeah, or maybe you have experienced that and you're loving it. Then great. But where I am coming with that is that in these times, and what I really hear from the field very loud and clear, is that this is the time to come out of this carefulness, of this keeping ourselves digestible, keeping ourselves in that little box so that we do not disturb others, so that we do not disturb the comfort and the seeming stability we've created for ourselves. I hear this loud and clear that there is an invitation into being all that you are and receiving actively what comes as a result of that. So I will explain an example. I'm really happy that you needed to hear just that. It means we are in sync. Example. There are different ways for you to engage with what life is giving you. There is a way to just be passively waiting where life is going to take you, waiting until someone's going to tell you what to do and what you should do with your life. And in that there's a lot of a sense of you're waiting for permission. You're waiting for permission, you're waiting for approval, you're waiting for validation. And that's okay. But that's a very childlike response to life. We have to mature out of that. And we have to settle into knowing who we are in truth. So again, example from my life. I was sharing about this in Isis Codes in my container, which is open, by the way, for a short time only. We're opening the doors on this full moon. Recently I was sharing with my women from the Isis Codes this thing that I once was a part of a group, a mastermind group, which Isis Codes is also a mastermind group, but that was a short-term mastermind group. It was like 3 or 4 days with a powerful leader, and there was this offering. It was in Barcelona, like in 2017 or something like that. And that was all around how to empower your business, how to move forward with your vision, how to move forward with your service, how to serve in a bigger way. And there was about 6 people, maybe 8 people were there. And during this whole time, we were asking questions, we were receiving answers from the mentor, we were practicing different things, exploring. And so it was our space to play in. And that's what are those mentorship spaces. It's a space for you to play in. It's a space for you to actually lead yourself. And that's so special. That's how it's so different from just a teaching modality, a teaching program, a teaching course, to a mentorship space. Because in the mentorship space, then it's like we meet as powerful people in the same space. And so you are held by a powerful person that you've chosen as your mentor for this particular phase, or for this particular thing, or for a long-term thing. You've chosen this mentor, they are holding space for you, and you are leading yourself, and you are asking for feedback, you are getting the feedback. There's a lot of dynamism, there's a lot of power there. And then as we are there with a bunch of powerful people who choose to show up in that way, what is so magnificent about it, that we really become very visible on the energetic level. We become visible, we become vibrant, in togetherness much more than when we are by ourselves. In Dharma and Grace last week I was speaking about this, how we get to expand our energetic field, and for what is available to us as humans, we need to build some stamina to receive that power, to receive that light. And it's helpful to be in groups for that, because we are much more powerful when we are together. So anyway, that's the group setting, that's the mastermind kind of group setting. So in that group setting, what happened was this whole week, I was so connected. It was very expensive for me at that time to invest in that. It was the first time I invested, it was like I think 6,000 or 5 or 6,000 euro, and at that time it was very big investment for me for such a short period of time. And I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it really as the deepest gift to myself, because I know I am worthy of that. I know my vision is strong enough. I know I deserve that. I know this is important for me, and I'm gonna make it such. That's an important piece here. I'm gonna make it such. Yeah, I'm not just gonna go like, okay, here's my money, just show me. I was like, I'm gonna make it work for me. So that's the attitude with which I went. And I was there in the front with this attitude of this fire in my heart, available, awake, really present to everything I was receiving, everything I was hearing, and then really engaging with every single thing that the mentor was saying. I was like, how does it apply to me? How does it apply to my challenges right now in my business, in my life? How can I make it work? How can I twist that a little bit? How can I make it so clear so it really lands for me? So it's something that I take and I apply in my life right away. So I was there with this attitude. I was not like having this mental question. Now looking back, I can explain it to you, but I was there with my full heart, fully present. And I was like, all the time, I was like, can I have something in my hands? Like, this resonates so much. Can I just like make some noise? Like, can I clap or something? And they even had some little toys that we make those noises. Maybe that's what people maybe use on sports matches or something like that. So they had some stuff like that. And I found it really helpful because there was so much energy moving inside of me. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to somehow use something to like match this energy inside of myself. And so that's how I was there a whole weekend, and I received so much insight, and I got so much personal attention because no one else was actually taking space. And I was surprised. I was like, why these people are so quiet? This is gold. Like, we get to have this space and really focus on the things that are really of utmost importance for us. We have that. This is for us. Like, oh my gosh. So I was taking a lot of space, and no one was matching that. No one else from the group was also showing up like that, which was surprising to me. But anyway, and in the end of the 3 days, I got so many ideas, so many strategies, there's so much clarity that really clicked. Like, the knowledge I received really, like, I absorbed it, I processed it inside of me, I made it my own. And then I went on and had the most incredible launch. I was launching something back then. I had the most incredible launch, the most incredible ideas of how to do things, how to speak about my things, how to speak about myself, how to present myself. I just had a whole new vision open to me because I took it in. And guess what? The other, 6 or 7 people, out of them, 3 were wanting a refund, although they already taken the course, and then they're like, oh, we are not sure, maybe we can get some refund, it was not right for us. I was like, what? This was amazing. There was so much possibilities. You were so quiet the entire time. What are you talking about? What kind of refund? You didn't take any opportunity to show up for yourself. You failed it for you. Then other people were like, oh, I'm not sure. Also, not really taking space, not really showing up. Then other people were like, okay, they were happy, they were fine. But it was more like they were just receiving, they were grateful, but they were, they did not get as much as I did because I went in with so much fire, with so much passion. And so this attitude is something that I was not born with, I have to say, because this is this fire, this dedication, this passion. It's something that I've developed, and it got developed, especially once I understood how important is my vision, how big is my why for what I'm doing, for what I'm standing for in my life, in my work, how important that is, how deeply it is so sacred in my heart, and that this is really something that has the power to make a tremendous impact on this planet. And this is something that can really create the world I truly love living in, but I can have it all around me. I can have more people who live in that paradigm in which I am choosing to live. Like, this is just so good. Like, I want to invite you all into that field. Like, I cannot help. I am so in love with what I'm doing. So that's what then fuels the fire, you know, because there are various processes, and I'm also offering them to my clients, like how you can activate this inner fire, how you can ignite this inner flame. Because everything in the world, it actually invites us into completely different place. There's a lot of apathy, there's a lot of kind of lethargic energy, there's a lot of desperate energy, there's a lot of sense of like, oh, nothing is working, it's going worse, it's gonna be worse, the times used to be better, the times are not as they used to be, this kind of industry is no longer winning, this is what's like, there's a lot of excuses, a lot of misery, therefore, a lot of thoughts in our collective that I cannot make it, it's not possible, it's not for me, I'm not ready yet, it's not time yet. So there are all these thoughts that are polluting your beautiful minds. Because when, if not now? This is the time. There's no time to postpone it. There's like everything aligned for that. We are in this Aries influence. This is the time to be bold. This is the time to trust yourself. This is the time to make the steps. Because if you don't, like, who will? Are you waiting for permission from someone else to tell you, yeah, good, yes, this is the time, for sure, this is a promise, this will work out? No one will tell you that. You have to find it inside of you. No one ever told me, you know, if anything, people were telling me, you might be a little bit crazy. People were telling me, you're doing those women's circles, you know, like that's what I was starting with women's circles, women's sacred dance. Those women's circles sounds a little bit weird. Okay, multiple millions forward, are they still weird? There's nothing weird about it, but I had to trust in that. And so many people didn't trust in me. They didn't think it's important, they didn't think it will impact others, they didn't think it will really help me be fully who I am, for the highest good of me, for the highest good of all. So this is something that we do for ourselves. We activate it from inside, and you move. You have to move, you have to trust in yourself, you have to connect to the sense of like, I have to come out in all that I am, because this is what this journey is all about. It's about you becoming you. It's not about you becoming something else or someone else or the way they are doing the things or the things that are important to them. There's so many shoulds that we are brainwashed by. And in my life, what I can tell you is that I've completely proven all the shoulds wrong. There's no shoulds in my life. Like the way that I've built my success, the way that I've built the impact that I'm having, like it was not based on any shoulds. Yes, I've tried lots of things. Yes, I've made lots of mistakes. Yes, I've cleaned up all these mistakes. Yes, I've become better. Yes, I've become more wise. Yes, all this happened, and all of that had to happen through my action. If you sit and wait, nothing is going to happen. You have to act. You know how fire was created in the past? Not because they had a lighter, instant fire. People were sitting and like this, making fire through the action, through the movement. This is how we create the fire in our lives, in our hearts. This is how then we become visible, because this fire not only gives us warmth and this nourishment actually, but it also shines and makes us visible, makes us seen. But if you do not move, and if you keep postponing it to some future time when it's most stable, it's not gonna happen. The best time is right now. It's not gonna get better. Actually, with the progress, normally, what happens is that we get worse and worse. And if there are tendencies for like difficult thoughts and getting sucked into the gooiness and the swamp of heaviness and the lethargy in life, this, if you don't do something else, it's not just gonna disappear, it's gonna get only worse. So you are the one who can right now, like not tomorrow, not a day later, right now, you have everything inside of you to get yourself out of it and to activate that flame and activate that verticality and actually do things that really change your life and change you in a way that empowers you from within. No matter how settled you feel, how comfortable you feel, how powerful already you feel, there is so much more for you. These are really good news. I know there is so much more for me. And that's why I'm constantly interested in developing myself. That's why I'm constantly investing in myself, constantly. Because I know who I am in depth. And I haven't even started showing it so much yet. Because it's in the process, in the continuous unfolding, in the continuous revelation of my heart, of my depth, of how like I can be all that I am now. And so this evolution is continuous, and the now is always now. So, beloveds, this is what's present in our field. This is what we are ready for. If you are here listening to this, you are with me on this. Like, I know there is a great, great destiny prepared for you. But you know, this destiny is not written somewhere in the stars. That's the big secret about the supreme destiny I keep talking about. The supreme destiny is the destiny you create for yourself. And you create it now with your every thought, with your every action, with you not believing in the doubts that telling you you are not worthy, it is not time yet, wait for a better time, this is a difficult time. These are just doubts. They all belong to a certain paradigm of existence. Do you want to be a part of this paradigm? This is my honest question to you. Do you want to be part of this paradigm? Do you want to keep believing into all this stuff that is just so heavy, and when you listen to it, it just drags you down? Do you want to believe in that? Because you have a choice. If you do not, you have a choice. You can unplug from that paradigm once and for all. 100%. But it's not something you do once. It's something you do day in and day out, and day in and day out. Because that paradigm is very sticky, very sticky. Most of the world, this level, if you can hear me, you can understand me, if we can talk on this level, it puts you into such a tiny percentage of the population of the entire planet. It's remarkable. If we can speak like that, you have a job, you have a responsibility. And it's actually a crime against yourself, against your soul, and against the soul of humanity if you do not take action on this gift that you have inside of yourself. And action means action. Action means now. Action means creating the infrastructure in your life that supports you. And that infrastructure is most importantly the environments that empower you. The environments in which you are seen in the brightness of your soul, not in your misery. And where people doubt if you can do it, if you are capable of this, where people see, no, you are so bright and you are so capable and you can have anything you want, anything. And success is your destiny. It's your natural state, it's your birthright, that's how you were born, and that will never be taken away from you. And you are so worthy of all the goodness and all the bliss and all the beauty of this entire universe. Find yourself in spaces like that. Your life will change forever. This is what I'm seeing inside of Isis Codes, my beautiful, beautiful container, which is a mastermind container. I call it the temple, much more closer to my heart. And this is such a space, and this is what I see happening in my clients. That's why they are even, like, they not even complete with their term inside of Isis Codes. They are renewing already for a whole other long term. Like, with many of them, we already have a commitment to stay together until next May 2024, and so on. And this is what's happening for them. They are tapping into their greatness, and they say, my life can never be the same again. That's it. That's a one-way road. So that's the space. If you know your path is a path of greatness, and not in some future time, in 2 years, and 1 year, and 5 years, once this is settled, once this and this and this and that done, you didn't understand it. You live in a field of pure potentiality where all potentials are possible for you now. Not in a year, not in 5 years, it's now, it's happening now. So what are you gonna do about it now? So Isis Codes is such a space. We have our doors wide open right now for a short time only, because that's the full moon, the powerful moment when I felt there is a vibration, there is an energy for it. So the doors are open until tomorrow. Tomorrow we have our full moon ceremony at the full moon time. So you can even check when it is. It's going to be 8:30 evening for Central Europe. If you know you want to be in a really powerful space, that's the one. That's the one for you. If you know you really deeply resonate with me, you will surely love what's happening there inside of Isis Codes, the practices, the mentorship, and mostly the energetic holding that is consistent, and which lets your heart just blossom and blossom and blossom. And it's just an ongoing process that just happens every single day. So we have the doors open for a short time. You're welcome to apply. There is a link in my bio to do so. If we are a match, we go forward together. We go forward together for 4 months, and nothing will be the same. Love you so much. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a direct message.